Welcome everybody to what is it? Sports show. The sports show.
Sure, the sports show.
It's gonna be the sports show for now.
I like that.
Temporary name, the sports show. Technically, this is kind of like episode 2 because the last thing we did was basically just the sports show.
Yeah.
I just didn't really realize that I should be doing that. Now I'm in.
Now we're locked in on that.
So I think what I'm gonna do, Figgy will be here pretty good amount of the time. I feel like you're an easy call for me. So Figgy will be here some of the time, but I'm gonna be doing this probably like every week. I think on like a Tuesday.
Until
ideally,
basketball comes around though.
I know every day.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll just record one every day. I won't do that. It's a lot of editing. But yeah, I'll record one like every week. We'll go over like the big topics. Like a lot happened today in football, so it was a must record. And I guess we can just start there with the trades. So a lot happened. You said that you had a question prepared.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna give you the floor.
Out of the Davante Adams to the Jets and Amari Cooper to the Bills, which one? Because everybody knows Davante Adams is the better player. He's reuniting with Aaron Rodgers. But which one suits the team better? Which one's going to end up better?
Okay. I feel like the Amari Cooper to the Bills trade, if done right, is a more impactful move than the Davante Adams to the Jets trade. Davante Adams is the better player than the two of them. The Jets were in a lower place and have more room to go up, in my opinion. So I guess there's more room for change, and he's a better player, so you'd think there'd be more change. But I just think if the Bills commit to the run and continue to like go through James Cook and Ray Davis and Josh Allen on the floor, I think having one nasty receiver like an Amari Cooper is more impactful for them. Late game, 2-minute drill, those scenarios to take them over the top to be a contending team.
He's throwing to nobody right now.
Shakir.
Which was my big thing. Like,
Right.
Shakir's your number one, then you got Mac Hollins and Curtis Samuel.
Keon
Kincaid's fine, but I swear Dawson Knox gets more bird.
He does,
It's ridiculous.
Dawson Knox.
Kincaid.
And then, and the Jets, like, they had a number one receiver, and I think the other
They had
receivers...
a 2 and a 3. Lazard and Williams were great.
I was just going to say they were playing well.
Yeah.
So it's not... I mean, yeah, like, it draws a whole new level of attention to Davante. It opens up Garrett Wilson, I think, a little bit. Because aside from the last 2 games, and really just this most recent game, he wasn't getting open for anything beyond, like, 6 yards. So maybe it frees him up a little bit more. God damn it, man.
These mics are unbelievable. Last time was the kid ringing the goddamn post.
Yeah. I think I also probably should, like, shut the windows.
They're open?
I think so. Just to get a little bit
No,
of
it's nice,
airflow.
though. It's a nice little...
Yeah. But anyway, I think, Davante Adams, as great as he is, there's only so much you can help that team without it being an offensive line. You know? Like, that really feels like what's hampering them is offensive line. And then I think playmakers defensively. Like, they have, I mean, Quincy Williams, don't get me wrong. Great players. But, like, I think, like a Hassan Reddick would have been perfect there if he wanted to fucking play for them.
Yeah. He's being a bitch right now.
Yeah, he kind of is. But I think he's being a bitch right now.
Holy shit.
He's being a bitch.
Damn it.
He's being a bitch. Crazy. But yeah, what are your thoughts?
Exactly what you said, funny enough.
Really?
Amari Cooper I think he's a top 15 talent-wise. Not necessarily production. But, like, on the Cowboys, he was gross. I think with a Josh Allen guy, he's going to be filthy. Because if you throw it up to him, he's not, like, huge at 50-50 ball. He's not, like, a crazy big dude. But he's going to just position himself right. He somehow winds up with the ball.
Yeah.
More often than not.
He's got good, like, tracking skills.
And he just played for such a shitty team.
I know.
Shitty organization.
I know.
And he wants it so bad.
When's the last time he was on a good team? Was it the Cowboys? Like,
Cowboys, yeah.
Because those Browns team, I mean, they got a little frisky.
He had a very good year last year, though. But just didn't.
He has dropped a couple this year, from what I've seen. He's dropped a couple.
Yeah.
Where I was just like, nah.
I just feel like he's not even enjoying. Like, if you look at him, I don't think he smiled.
I have an interesting question, though. I mean, it's actually kind of stupid. Maybe it's just me being hopeful because I'm a Garrett Wilson owner.
Yeah.
I think
it's better for him.
I think so, too, in some ways, for sure. God damn, man.
These fucking things. Dude.
But I do wonder, is Davante Adams, like, a lock to be the number one guy?
Yeah.
Is he?
Yeah. Dude, look how long you play with Aaron Rodgers for, and you know he's still gross.
I just feel like, he's still really good, right? Like, he's shown flashes.
I think it's going to be like he's A.J. Brown, Garrett Wilson's Devonta Smith.
That's kind of what I was thinking, too.
And there's plenty of games where Devonta Smith's better than A.J. Brown. Not necessarily better, but he's putting up better numbers.
Yeah.
You could argue he's better than A.J. Brown in certain parts of the game. I don't think... You could probably say with Garrett Wilson now, because he's younger, he's probably a quicker guy.
I was going to say...
Devonta Adams
he's definitely quicker.
But Davante Adams is still probably...
so fast.
Yeah.
Did
you see his little shake-up off the line?
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Like, and if he's in the slot, he's going to be in the slot more. Mm-hmm. They already, last game with the new head coach, had Garrett Wilson in the slot way more.
I mean, you go against the Broncos. Who's Pat Surtain playing against?
Devonta Adams.
Now who's playing against Garrett Wilson?
That's what was Garrett Wilson's problem in the beginning of the season. I felt like, at least that's what kept him from like really having huge games. Mm-hmm. And also, it's not like Allen Lazard. Like, I mean, if we're talking fantasy wise, Allen Lazard is wide receiver 11. You know that?
Yeah.
So let's just say Garrett Wilson takes that role in terms of target share. Maybe not like what they're doing, but the target share. Then theoretically, he'd be better than wide receiver 11. We all think Garrett Wilson's better than Allen Lazard.
Yeah.
I mean, Lazard's probably better.
Also, what helped was probably that Hail Mary for a touchdown. That was probably, 14 points, 13 points right there.
Like, he's, like, doing well, like, outside of it. He had one game below 10 points. That's it. One game below 10 points.
Now, Garrett Wilson's just going to do so much better with that. Mike Williams is now on the trade block, they said.
That's what they said?
Yeah. Aaron Rodgers was pissed.
That Mike Williams on the trade
block. He was like, what? They asked him, like, what happened with that late game pick. He goes, Mike Williams didn't run the right route.
Really?
Supposed to stay at the red line. He ended up cutting in. Can't do that.
Rodgers said that?
Yeah.
Dude
loves throwing people under the bus. Loves it.
I mean, I guess it's like accountability, though. It's like, that's what happened.
Yeah, you love it.
You could also say that's what happened.
Yeah.
But to me, it's like, if I'm Aaron Rodgers, I'm like, all right, well, my bad. We'll figure it out in practice.
Yeah.
Like, we'll figure it out behind the closed doors. Like, where it matters. It doesn't matter in the media.
Yeah.
All the media will do is drag Mike Williams.
Yeah.
In the press conference. No,
Mike Williams should just go back to the Chargers. They need a wide receiver so bad. And like he'd be fine there. He knows the system.
Low key. No, he doesn't. New offense.
Oh yeah.
New coach.
Yeah.
New everything.
Well, he knows Justin Herbert.
Oh yeah, he does. I mean, Justin Herbert needs somebody he knows out there for sure.
Lad McConkey. This guy.
Crazy. But overall, what would you grade the trade for the Bills?
For the Bills, I think they're at like an A- team. Probably just brought him to an A.
Okay.
It's a great trade, but they're already good enough to where they might not have necessarily needed to do that, but if they want to get to like that last push to like really make a run at the Super Bowl, they needed a guy like that.
So grade wise.
A. A-.
How about for the Browns? You get a third rounder, you move back from 6th to 7th round.
I think they were terrible anyway. He probably didn't even want to be there. He wasn't making too much of an impact. I think that's a good trade for them to get something for it. Probably a B.
And we'll keep this pretty quick because this could be a whole nother topic.
Yeah.
What does this mean for the Browns?
They're in a rebuild.
What does that mean for Deshaun Watson?
Deshaun Watson, I think they're still only playing him because of how much they paid him. When you pay a guy that much and you know you're going to have to give him the money, you're going to start him. Especially when you don't think a guy behind him is going to elevate the team to that next level. So why not just play him for now? I think he's out as soon as he can be, though.
But what does trading Amari Cooper mean for that? To me, it means that they might sit him.
You think?
Because it was one thing. It's like you play the guy that you're paying a ton of money because you're paying him a ton of money. It's your only chance of winning is if he actually is good. But if you send off Amari Cooper for draft capital, it's like your hopes of being good are out the window.
Yeah.
You don't think you're going to be good. You're trading for rebuild purposes. You traded one of the best receivers in football.
Yeah.
He now has no weapons.
Mm-hmm.
So, to me, I think that's potentially a sign of a Deshaun Watson sitting.
Yeah, it could be. Because, I mean, the last 3 weeks, they kept asking him, the head coach, who's your starting quarterback? He goes, Deshaun Watson. Yeah. He is our starting quarterback next week.
They love doing that
word
shit,
for
though.
word, he said it every week.
They love doing that shit.
Yeah, they do.
They love doing that shit. That's cap. Broncos
I mean, we did it. Patriots did that.
That's true. The Broncos got rid of I think the Broncos are a good example for the Browns. I think they're looking at what the Broncos did with Russell Wilson. They're like, all right, that shit just didn't work. They tried everything they could. They shipped Jerry Jeudy, and then got rid of Russ. But like Russ was out the door. They sat him and they just said, fuck it, we'll eat the money. It's not worth putting a bad product out there.
Who's the Browns receiving core now other than Jerry Jeudy?
Elijah Moore, who's got talent. I promise you, he's got talent. But
was he on the Jets at one point?
Yeah.
I'd
just put Jameis in there at this point, me personally.
Yeah.
But
I love Jameis.
Anyway, pretty good timing, I think, on that.
Yeah.
Pretty good job. All right, now
we could have went forever on that. We could have spieled.
Anyway,
I ain't gonna give you a whole spiel.
I ain't gonna give you a whole spiel.
I love Kawhi, man.
Back to week 6, though. Looking back a little bit. Let's first talk about just some of the bad out there. If you were to fire between 1 and 3 people, we'll give you either 1 or 3. If you want to pick one person, it's fine. Between 1 and 3 people from this past week.
All 5 of the Browns' offensive line.
The Browns' offensive line.
Yeah.
Because of how much Deshaun Watson sacked?
Dude, there's a list. The number 2 sacked quarterback, who I believe was Geno Smith, but I might be wrong.
Probably.
Or Caleb Williams is number 2.
Okay.
He has 20. Geno Smith's at 19. Then it just goes down and down. Jacoby's at 17. Deshaun Watson's at 31 sacks. Is that on him? I don't know. He's terrible in the pocket nowadays. He doesn't look good, but their line sucks.
Hear me out. Jerome Ford, and I know fucking O-linemen are going to chew me out because pass blocking and run blocking are very different.
Yeah.
But, like, Jerome Ford, is averaging over 5 yards a carry.
Yep.
So the O-line can block, in my opinion. I think that means that they have at least the strength to block if they can do the run block.
Yeah.
Deshaun Watson's pretty fucking ass.
He is.
He might be that ass.
But I also seen like a lot of instances where you like see him start to look at his thing and he's just sacked. He doesn't even have a lot of time to look. But then there's other times where he's looking to scramble or looking to just sit in the pocket at terrible times where he shouldn't. He just makes bad decisions to either move or not.
Hence why, me personally, I'm just going to fire Deshaun Watson. I mean, we know where I stand.
We should really just fire them both, all 6.
Browns fired.
Yeah.
This week.
Yeah.
Browns fired this week.
Except for Nick Chubb.
Anybody else? Yeah, Nick Chubb was so hired. Who else is fired?
Hackett.
Nathaniel Hackett could totally be fired right now. Is he?
Robert Saleh, I felt kind of bad.
Yeah.
I don't hate Robert Saleh.
I do, though. But I did feel bad, but I do hate him.
I don't think he's great, but I don't think he was fireable to that point. I think if you just got rid of Hackett, I think it would have been okay.
I thought he had an attitude problem, me personally. Yeah. I feel the same way about Sirianni. I
hate Nick Sirianni.
These guys got attitude
he shaved
problems.
his head?
Yeah.
He's got to get fired.
He should get fired. Nick Sirianni.
Dude, they are so bad.
Yelling at your fans is the most disrespectful and insane thing. I almost like it. That's how fucking annoying it is.
Okay.
I like weird shit. But yelling at your own fans is wild work.
It is.
Wild work. I saw, who was it? Damian Woody, I think, had like a pretty good take on it. He was like, man, if you yell at your fans, you're a clown. You're a clown. You're a fucking circus clown.
Nick Sirianni is a clown.
Guy's a clown. And honestly, not a great football coach.
They have one of the best rosters in the league, and they're dog shit.
Yeah. And I mean...
He's got Saquads, and they're still not even...
Hurts has been underwhelming.
Very underwhelming.
AJ's been hurt. Kelsey's retired. Those things matter. At the same time, Sirianni blows. So it's like maybe we just move on.
Yeah, we offset
after this season, we just move on.
Mm-hmm. They're not gonna.
One more. I got one more who should be fired. Doug Peterson.
Doug Peterson's gotta go. Gotta go.
Fire him.
Are they the best team in football? Absolutely not. Talent-wise. They could absolutely be a little better.
I wish you just stopped there. Are the Jaguars the best team in football? Absolutely not.
That's literally fucking flock fantasy. Giving any help.
And then that's it.
Giving any help.
Yeah. Are they the best? No. They're so yeah, you're right. I mean, they don't have a ton of talent, but they do have talent. I mean, I do think at the same time they signed the wrong receivers. They just went and got the wrong guys, except for Brian Thomas.
Yeah.
Like, Kirk was the wrong guy.
Yeah. Great guy.
Ridley was the wrong guy.
Think wrong for them, though.
I think so too. I think you like a Kirk is really a wide receiver 3, and they're using him as like a wide receiver 1. They got it in his head that he's a wide receiver 1. He's not. He's just not.
Yeah.
He's a wide receiver 3.
Brian Thomas though.
He's gross.
Yeah.
He's gross. But at the same time, he's a rookie, and he's still probably not a wide receiver 1.
Yeah.
He'd be a good wide receiver 2.
Mm-hmm.
And Calvin
He'd be like
Ridley
a
was a
perfect
failed
JMO
experiment.
role.
A lot of these guys were just like fails.
Yeah.
You know, Etienne has forgotten how to hit the hole. He's dancing
Bigsby's
too much.
gross though.
Bigsby's pretty gross.
Dearness Johnson's better than Etienne apparently too.
But Bigsby's just, I mean, you can't run the ball when you're losing. And
Yeah.
Doug Peterson hates to run the ball. So Doug Peterson has to go,
yeah.
and they'll figure out the rest. Maybe move the team to London or something. I don't know.
They're the number 1 team to do it, I think.
Yeah, but the
I don't think
owner
they
loves
should.
Jacksonville, though. Loves it.
Yeah.
He invests in the city, I guess. He's all over it. I'm thinking, you know what they should do? I don't know if this is fucking possible, but it'd be sick. They should move the team to London, sell the team, expansion team in Jacksonville, new team.
Oh, they just make an expansion team in London.
Well, because then that would mean the league kind of has to do it.
Yeah.
This would be this mogul.
I
You
think
could
if-
sell it to the mogul as like you could make money.
Where if they move to London, what conference are they going to be in? Like division wise, everything.
AFC East, gotta be.
Yeah.
It would be us. We'd take them on. I don't know who would get dropped from us. Probably. Who's Jets, Bills, Patriots, Dolphins will be dropped from us for sure.
Yeah.
That's easy money. That's low key a great idea.
Yeah. I feel like too though, we should just like get we should get 4 expansion teams. London, Germany, Mexico, Canada. Bang.
Dude, if we had one
Make
in
an international
Germany,
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
And then throw 2 in NFC, 2 in AFC.
Mm-hmm.
Call it a day. But then how would that work for maybe we have to have 8.
Maybe. A whole nother league. You know what a great idea was? A developmental league for the NFL. Like a D League for the NFL.
Yeah.
Someone said
I'm surprised they don't have that already.
Yeah. They probably do, but like not do, but like they probably have.
I mean, they got the XFL, but that ain't.
It's Canadian Football League's probably better.
Yeah.
It's much more of a pipeline. I don't know anybody that's.
It's
come
not
from
like the Rock's
CFL.
league. Doesn't he have
XFL?
like
I don't even
crazy
know if
stock
the
in that?
XFL still works. It still is like happening. I don't be honest with you. I don't
It
know if
was
they're still
last
going
year,
on.
and The Rock was like throwing stupid money into
It
it.
was like. Fucking idiot. I actually like The Rock.
I do too.
All right. Also, week 6. Drake May.
Great.
Great. I thought
He
great.
looked so good. He might not have even looked like stupid good, but it was so good to see like an energy brought to the team. And then did you see like what Pop said?
No.
He was like, I'd run through a wall for Drake May. He's got some swag to him.
Really?
Yeah, literally word for word what he
Yep.
said. I was like, let's go.
Pop's a beast, too.
He is. He
I've
is.
been saying, dude. I've been
You were the
saying.
only one on his train.
I was on
Yeah.
from draft.
Yeah.
I saw the highlights.
Polk's ass.
Polk,
in my opinion.
pretty bad. He could get fired, but
Yeah.
not yet. He's a rookie. We'll give him time. But that was pretty bad.
Baker doesn't see the field. I think he could play well if he did.
I know. I think he's. What they say is he's shown flashes in training camp, but then he'll have like a really bad stretch, and they're just like nervous about it. But I feel like he's one of those guys that will rise to the occasion. Like come game time.
You don't
he'll
think he's
just
a
be gross.
Kadarius Toney?
No, I think he's the opposite.
Yeah.
Kadarius Toney's probably disgusting in practice. That kid
Yeah.
probably fries in practice.
Imagine if he panned out. He was supposed to be so good.
He was. But Drake May did great. Longest air yard pass to Keyshawn Boutte was the longest air yard pass by a Patriot quarterback in, I think, 4 years.
Damn.
Crazy. His first touchdown in his career was the longest one.
See
in the
his
past
first
4 years.
thing. See the thing from 1950 to now. We haven't had a quarterback
I did.
in the league. Three touchdowns and lead
Rush.
the team in rushing.
Yeah. But to me, it's like when you rush for 38 yards, it's kind of cap. You know what I mean?
I'd take it though.
It was pretty cool. But he, I thought what was best about him was, like, on that Boutte pass.
Is it Boutte?
I think it's Boutte. Keyshawn Boutte. I swear to
That's
God.
rough, man.
We'll call him Keyshawn. On the pass to Keyshawn.
I like Boutte though. Let's
Okay.
call him
On the
Boutte.
pass to Boutte, he had Pop open
Yeah.
underneath for 15 to 20 yards,
Which Jacoby probably would have took.
which Jacoby would have took and maybe missed. But he was like, let's throw this bitch. Let's get it down. Let's throw this thing deep. Bread basket. Love that.
I cannot wait to see how he lights up the Jaguars and Doug Peterson's squad.
That's the thing. I feel like I think we're all trapped. This is a trap game for bettors. This is a trap game for bettors and gamblers everywhere. Beware. Because I'm telling you, Drake May, I do not think this is just like, oh, he's gross. Like, he's going to torch the worst defense in football. He could definitely go out there next week and just be dog shit. Just because he's a rookie, there's ups and downs, he's young. And honestly, he kind of played out of his shoes against the Texans, I felt like. I think he was a little over his skis.
That's a good defense, though.
I know. I think that almost forced him to kind of like be tight. Like the pressure was there. We were down so big that it didn't matter. He could just have balls, and I think that helped. I think that in a game where like we're going to be close, first close game.
He threw what, 2 picks too, right?
One was batted.
One of them was bad though.
It was one of the first passes of the game. It was one of the worst picks I've seen.
Yeah.
From like any quarterback.
That was the one he threw right over him, right?
Yeah, he missed a couple guys like high.
Yeah.
Over him high.
It's understandable.
Jitters.
Yeah.
I think if the game's close, which it will be next week because both teams are fucking ass. It's the ass championship.
Yeah.
It's a battle for the first pick basically.
Yeah.
I think that he might, a couple might fly on him right into Cisco's hands. Mm-hmm. Andre Cisco's a beast, by the way. Anyway, overall grade for Drake May.
B-. B-.
Ready? B+.
Really?
You want to know why? Thought he did great. Couple missed throws. Batted ball, I'm not going to get on him about. Fumble loss, I don't feel too scared about. Getting up and doing it again. Continuing to stay present in the pocket. I was fucking so impressed by that.
Yeah.
And then the most impressive part was the rushes for the 38 yards. That felt Mahomes-esque. Like the way that he like that, just in that aspect.
Yeah, yeah.
The rest of the game didn't feel Mahomesy, but just in the way that he was able to get a first down for us, like for free, was fucking awesome.
Yeah.
And to me, earned him a B+ for me for a first game. Anyway, now on to after we're 6 weeks into the season. We're did I slam? Shit. We're 6 weeks into the season. We can now like fully say, okay, these teams are overwhelming. These teams are underwhelming. Mm-hmm. We've picked 3 teams, 2 of which are completely underwhelming. Let's start there. Let's start with the negative. Mm-hmm. Who are they?
Cowboys.
Okay, Cowboys.
Terrible.
Awful.
In Cincinnati. Terrible. And a lot of people are going to blame it on the defense, which they are terrible.
Pretty bad.
But when you let up that much points to the Giants and lose, I mean, not let up that much points. When you hold them to that little amount of points and then you can't beat them, you know what I'm saying? Like they put up 10 points.
Yeah.
Or 17 points, whatever they did, because
they beat the Giants.
Of a Chase Brown. Yes, but barely.
Okay.
And the Giants aren't good.
They're bad.
When you're Cincinnati, you're expected to be.
Yeah. You're supposed to wash the Giants.
You have Jamar Chase, T. Higgins. You got a solid running back. Like Chase Brown's good.
I like Chase Brown.
I like him a lot. Joe Burrow, one of the best quarterbacks in football.
Played well too this season. Up to that point.
And the fact you only put up 17 against the Giants and it's fucking close damn near the whole game.
Mm-hmm. I agree. I think that it's
like, and they have nobody. They don't even have Singletary.
He's worse than Tracy. Anyway, Tracy's gross.
Yeah, he is gross.
Anyway, what I will say is though, with both those teams, and now onto the I'll shit on the Cowboys since you just shit on the Bengals. Mm-hmm. Yuck, and disgusting when I watch them play. Those are the emotions I feel. I like Dak. I'm not a Dak hater. I like Dak.
I don't like him.
CD
I don't
Brown.
like him.
CD Brown.
Don't take anything we say seriously ever, I guess.
Especially once we get to stupid baseball. Anyway, I like CD Lamb. I even like the losers they have, like Rico Dowdle and
I
Jalen
love
Tolbert.
Rico Dowdle.
I like these guys.
Yeah.
O-line's okay. They're not great. Oh, they're okay though in pass pro. I just feel like, me personally, Jerry Jones
hate him.
Is the biggest loser ever. Should be fired, but he can't be fired because he's literally the owner.
Yeah,
he would be the only one person that can fire himself. And I think he just ruins the vibes. I think the vibes are just down. But with both those teams, I think they're gonna turn it around. Both of them. Ready? Depending on their records, what are they? 2-4 each of them?
I believe so.
Are the Cowboys 2-4? Or are they 3-3?
I think Cowboys 2-4 now.
I don't even know. The loss was so bad it should count as a couple against the Lions. Google for me. What are the Cowboys? 3-3. And what are the Bengals?
2-4.
Okay. I'm going to cut all that out.
Okay.
You looking for that. That took way too
I didn't
long.
mean for it to. I also had to answer text at the beginning.
You're not coming. You're not back on next week.
I'll see you next week.
I'll see you next week. Anyway, yeah, I think they both make the playoffs. I think they turn around and make the playoffs.
I don't think Cincinnati does. I think the Cowboys do.
Cincinnati, obviously, because they're 2-4, will have a much harder.
Even if they were both
there,
3-3, I think Cincinnati is way less likely than the Cowboys do. I
Also
don't think
true.
the Cowboys are a complete dog shit, but they are very, 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 very underwhelming.
Yeah,
but they are every
underwhelming.
year.
Yeah, they are every year. So to the point where they're not underwhelming,
Yeah.
they're almost overwhelming.
No, but they're very underwhelming this year.
They
They are kind of overwhelming.
Speaking of overwhelming, the Commanders,
Unbelievable. I love Jaden Daniels.
even in the loss,
Yeah.
I was still excited.
Fucking Lamar Jackson was like, just came up short, but hell of a game from Jaden Daniels. I was like, yeah.
El Freaky's him, by the
Freaky?
way. El Freaky's gross.
Yeah.
And even with that, even with how gross he is, that team is gross, by the way. That Ravens team is. This is the first one that feels
Derrick Henry
gross.
is still basically the number one running back in the league.
It'll be so fun to see him play, like, important games.
Yeah.
Like, in the playoffs. Like, not that he's never done it. Like, the Titans used to get
Remember how
frisky,
bad
but-
he looked in the first game? He looked like shit. He looked
the
slow.
beginning, yeah.
He looked like he couldn't move. And now out of nowhere, he's busting out 80-yard
Well,
touchdowns.
he looks like that, dude. He
Yeah,
looks like
he
that
does.
until he doesn't look like that.
Yeah. It happens every year, I swear to God.
It happens
with
every
him.
fucking game
Yeah.
for me. Like,
Yeah.
I'm watching him, I'm like, he got jeans. All I'm seeing is jeans.
Trey Sermon?
Trace, bro, fired.
18 for 21.
Fired.
18 for 21 the other game, I think.
Yo, wanna know how bad Trey Sermon is? I had another league, a 14-man. Trey Sermon was available. Goodson was available. Guess who played for me? Goodson.
And he played good.
10 points. Anyway, Trey Sermon, jeans. That guy's got jeans. I'm wearing loafers. I think this is actually, if I'm not mistaken, this is exactly what Trey Sermon was wearing on Sunday. Loafers. That guy is a
Loafers
scrub.
with jeans.
Loafers and jeans. Dude's in the Unk fit. Uncle Sermon.
Uncle Sermon.
Fire Trey Sermon. I know it's cut, but anyway. Yeah. Okay. So, Commanders, super fun.
Yeah.
Exciting team.
Yeah. I love Terry McLaurin, man. I love
Yeah.
him.
The receiving core in general, like even like a Diami Brown, they get
Yeah.
frisky. Noah Brown, frisky.
I think Dotson would have had a good
McCaffrey.
year if they had him still.
I know. You gotta wonder, but then again, I think they had a pretty stacked room, I guess. Like
I thought
more
it
so
was
than
a good
I thought.
signing for the Eagles, too, and he's just not really even doing anything. It's a lot of mouths to feed, but even with A.J. Brown out, he wasn't that.
I think he's just kind of a bum.
Yeah,
I
you
think
think
he's
so?
I think he's a guy that is all flash, like has big plays and we're like, yes, this is what we're looking for, and then it just never formulates.
He might just be Nelson Aguilar.
Yep. Dude, because he looks good sometimes.
Yeah.
And then he's Aguilar.
Yeah. Jeans.
Jeans. No, he's not jeans.
No.
Trey Sermon is
He's
jeans.
jorts.
Yeah, he can be George, but sometimes he busts his move.
He
Remember
does.
that?
That's why the jorts, he gets some movement at the
Yeah, he can
knees.
move. He can move. Once he gets rolling, you know.
But sometimes he gets caught up.
He does. All right, week 6 review done.
Mm-hmm.
On to week 7. We got week 7 up ahead. We got a lot of key matchups. You were saying Packers and who they playing?
Packers in
Lions?
Houston.
No, Houston. Packers, Houston. That's going to be a
Great
great game.
game.
Another great game. Chiefs, Niners.
Yeah.
So we got some good football
Mm-hmm.
up ahead. I don't know if those are prime time. I don't think so. I think Niners Chiefs is a 4:00 game, if I'm not mistaken.
I believe it is
I think
a 4
that's
o'clock.
America's
Yep.
game of the week.
Are you actually, real quick, are you surprised the Chiefs didn't go out and get a wide receiver yet?
No, I'm
No?
not. I'm not. I did think that they were gonna try to get Davante,
Mm-hmm.
but I just don't think they think they need.
I
one.
didn't even know Amari Cooper was on the table.
It does make sense though.
It does,
As soon as he got
absolutely.
traded, I was like,
Yeah.
But where was this in the reports? Schefter.
Mm-hmm.
They were also locked in on Davante, trying to get that report that they forgot about fucking Amari Cooper,
Yeah.
who like almost obviously was going to get traded.
Yeah.
You know? But yeah, I think the Chiefs-Niners game, that's going to be a fucking barn
Might be
burner.
game of the year.
Because it's a rematch. And
Yeah.
also, McCaffrey's not playing, right? No. He's out.
I think he's still out.
Yeah.
Well,
They're not going to practice him this week, I think.
no.
Right,
You know who might come back this week is Cooper Kupp. They're trying him
That'll
out.
be
They tried him
interesting.
out today. I didn't actually look at the report.
You know who is
But-
coming back this week as well?
Nick Chubb.
Nick Chubb.
Come on.
According to reports, that still is not confirmed.
I think he will.
I think he will too. Yo, god damn, pick that shit up. Locked in. Jesus. Yeah, Nick Chubb back in action. what was it, 4 or 5 months ago, he was squatting 550 on a tsunami bar. What is those things called?
Sumo bar?
The sumo bars? The Zumo?
Talking about the ones that bend?
The ones that bend. Dude was on a bendy bar, 540, 4 months ago. What are the odds they bring him in and they just let him fly?
Slim.
He was always on a not a snap count, but he only really ran about 15 times a game.
They just got rid of Amari Cooper, and they're so bad that why would they rush him?
That's why, to me, I just hold him out until you think you can give him a full workload.
Yeah.
So, because he probably could have played last week.
I'm sure
if
he wants to get
Super Bowl, he's playing.
I'm sure he wants to get eased back into getting hit, though. Maybe not, though. It's Nick Chubb.
Dude, it's Nick Chubb, man.
But, like, everybody that gets hurt, they always end up saying, like, that first hit. Like, Aaron Rodgers said that first sack, he goes, I needed to get hit. Javonte Williams, like, 2 years ago, off the tear, he was like, I needed to get hit.
Jeans.
Jeans.
What if...
McLaughlin's
wait a
better.
second, though. What if Chubb has jeans?
No, he will never. He had the same injury in college, and he came back better. I swear.
Do you think he's going to do that? He's 29, dude.
I think he's going to be gross. He might have jeans.
But what if he has jeans?
What if he has jeans? That'll be fucking sad.
I'll be sad if he has jeans.
God damn.
I didn't really think about it much. But what if he's like... What if Nick Chubb has jeans?
Dude, there's going to come a time in our lives...
Where Nick Chubb
pretty soon? No, not even. Where, like, Tank Bigsby and them guys are, like, the guys.
What do you mean? Like, you think Tank Bigsby is this gross?
No, like that age group.
What do you mean? Like, they're going to be, like, 28 and 29?
Yeah, and, like, we're going to have nobody left.
I know. Because I think, like, Kamara, McCaffrey, Chubb, those are guys that were, like...
They got 3 years.
Like, I remember when I was first really getting into football, they were young guys.
Yeah.
Or, like, in college, even.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember them through their whole time.
Mm-hmm.
I remember it before that, but not, like, to this level of granularity. Maybe a word?
Granularity.
Maybe a word. Do you know what it would mean? I know what it would mean.
Granularity. In parallel computing, granularity of a task is a measure or amount of work which is performed by that task. I don't know what that description means.
I don't know either. It kind of felt like it was like a word describing a word. It's like,
yeah.
What does it mean to be? It's like, she's wet. What does that mean? Means she's wet. That's kind of what that description felt like. But we don't know what it means. You know what I mean? Anyway. Who's going to start for the Steelers?
Russ is taking first team reps. But Justin Fields is playing great.
I know. I was
like
looking
Justin
at it.
Fields.
If the season continued,
mm-hmm.
and if he did the same thing the next whatever amount of weeks it is, I think he'd be somewhere around 3,000 passing yards, mediocre but okay. 30 total touchdowns, rushing and passing.
He got so
pretty
many
good
this week. What did he have, 2?
2.
Yeah.
Second week with 2. So 30 total touchdowns and ready. Total turnovers, fumbles and interceptions, 6. 30 and 6 turnover rate, pretty fucking good for a team with a top 5 defense.
Yeah.
Can't really ask for much more.
Mm-hmm.
Especially out of a guy who's young and you could develop. Russell Wilson's not developing. No. So I don't know. I wouldn't start Russell Wilson. What would you do?
I wouldn't either. Justin Fields is playing great. Even if he has a bad week or two, even a 2-game stretch of bad, don't sit him. Because then at that point you're just like, it's like saying a guy, the second he falls off for a second, gone, pulled. You can't ask that out of a starting quarterback. And it's not like running backs where it's like a 2 quarterback set. That's not a thing.
Do you think they should have went and got Amari Cooper or Davante Adams?
I think they were trying to get Davante Adams.
Or do you think it's not worth it for them? How'd they not end up getting him?
I mean, because I think Aaron Rodgers had a lot of pull for Davante Adams, and I think Davante Adams wanted to play with Rodgers again. You see on the Pat McAfee show today?
Yeah, dude.
Davante Adams was
that
at
felt
the crib.
Weird.
Dude, they knew it was happening before.
Collusion.
Aaron Rodgers was like, Pat was like, Aaron, how'd you feel? He goes, oh, well. Davante Adams came in, he was like, ah!
Yeah,
Pat went nuts, dude.
That was nuts.
That was awesome.
I mean, and that's the type of shit that makes you think he's going to be the wide receiver one. You know what I mean?
Dude, he is the wide receiver one. You think Garrett Wilson's mad?
That's a good question. I would be.
Yeah?
Me personally, I would be. Because then it's like, all right, Well, here I go. And now I'm your
Well, I
second
feel like
option.
funny enough, I feel like they tried to put put worse guys around him that they could get like Mike Williams and Lazard and these other guys. They were trying to like not get him overshadowed, but guys that were serviceable enough to where if they needed to be got to, they can.
You think so?
Yeah, I feel like Mike Williams was like a good pickup. Like he was a good number 2 to Keenan Allen, I think, in the Chargers.
Yeah, but he definitely doesn't. I mean, he looks pretty good, but he doesn't look great.
Yeah.
And then Lazard's Lazard. Like, he's okay. I don't know. I felt kind of bad for Garrett Wilson. He was drawing like a lot of attention and the number one cornerback and they only put him on the outside, so he could only win outside. It felt, at least for the first 5 weeks. Last week, they actually had him fucking all over the place, which was awesome.
He played
But now
great.
it's like, but you're not going to do that with Davante. There's no way you're going to have Davante doing jet sweep action, right? No. Right?
That's still Garrett Wilson.
So hopefully that all stays the same. And I mean, for me, I'm saying now, completely for me and for Garrett Wilson, like, because he would be pissed. Maybe they're thinking in their mind, all right, maybe we could just have a 1A, 1B situation. Because Garrett Wilson's the future for sure.
Dude, Davante Adams going there feels like Gronk going to Tampa.
It kind of does.
It feels just like that.
But, like, better.
Yeah.
Like if Gronk was in his prime.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, so we completely ignored the Steelers thing, right? Okay. Well. All right. Stupid baseball?
Yeah.
All right. Ready? We know nothing about baseball. Just being completely honest with you.
I don't even watch playoff baseball.
I barely watch. I watched a game the other day. I felt like reading. Like I felt like good about myself. Like I'm like, yeah, like I'm a good person because I watch baseball.
Yeah.
Know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was a lot of fun actually. It was a great game. I was watching. It was the Dodgers Padres.
Oh.
And
didn't even know they were playing each other.
Not anymore. Now it's the Dodgers are playing the Mets, and because the Dodgers won that series, and
Gotcha.
and it is the Guardians and the Yankees. So I know a little bit about baseball.
Okay.
But still stupid baseball.
Didn't know the Guardians were... I forgot they were the Guardians.
Yeah.
Who were they before again?
Indians.
And I didn't know they were in the playoffs.
They are. I could name you one guy on that team, I think.
What's funny is I can name a lot of... Like, I can name a lot of people on the Yankees, a lot of people on the Padres, a lot of people on the Dodgers, a lot of people on the Sox. But I don't know a damn thing about what they do, how they play, or nothing. I just know names.
Okay. Do you know a name on the Guardians?
Nope.
Okay. Is Jose Ramirez on the Guardians? I think so. I want to say so.
How old's Jose Ramirez? He sounds older.
I think he sounds older, but I think he's young. I'm pretty sure he's young. I'm pretty sure he's like absolutely disgusting too. Like he might be 30 though, but I'm pretty sure he's absolutely disgusting. So, baseball.
Mm-hmm.
Without knowing anything, you know that those are the series. I'm pretty sure they're both either one apiece or the Yankees are up 2-0. I think the Yankees are going to be up 2-0 by the end of this.
Funny enough, Yankees are up 1-0.
Okay. No, but by the end
they're playing now.
And what's the score? Pull it up.
It was 2-0, bottom of the second.
What is it now?
Yankees. Probably their Wikipedia. 3-0, top of the fifth.
Okay, so Yankees are about to probably be 2-0, and the Dodgers and Mets are 1-1. Dodgers are the favorites. Mets are like an underdog. What do you think's gonna happen? Not knowing anything about baseball.
Dodgers go to the finals because they have Ohtani, and the Yankees win because they're the Yankees, and they have Aaron Judge, and they have Verdugo, and they have Soto. I think.
Yeah, they have Soto.
They have Soto, and they got Volpe, right?
Is he like?
Anthony
Does
Volpe?
he even like fucking play?
Yeah, sure.
I don't. Even
And they got
Volpe.
And they got
Rizzo.
Stanton.
Stanton.
Yes.
Stanton had a really good first series, I guess. Like I guess he brought them through. I know. I guess he
It's a funny note.
he was huge. Don't do it. Don't do that. Don't do that. He does it again. He does it. He just does it a ton of times. All the viewers are gone. So now that you've done all that, now what happens? So now the Yankees are there because all the names you just listed, and the Dodgers are there because all the names you just listed. Mm-hmm. Now who wins?
Ohtani.
You know he might pitch.
Not till I thought he wasn't until 2025.
I heard he might pitch in the World Series.
Shit.
In the World Series he might pitch. And let's just be honest, like we don't know anything, right? But what was it? The 50-50 season. You know that. 50 steals, 50 home runs.
Yeah.
So one of the greatest hitting seasons ever, potentially. And then if he wins like a finals MVP type thing, right? Like a World Series MVP, and they win the World Series, obviously. Does he just become the greatest baseball player of all time, or like what?
Probably.
If he pitches in it?
I mean, dude, I'm telling you, I don't even know anything about past baseball. For me, I can't get into baseball. I don't know what it is. I think there's too many games, too many guys.
A lot of games. There's a lot of guys.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of
I
guys.
just feel like it's just pointless to me to track.
So Dodgers in how many games from someone that doesn't know anything? It is a 7 games there.
You say it's 2-2, 1-1.
They're 1-1 against the Mets, but I'm saying
1-1.
Dodgers in how many games
Yeah.
against the Yankees?
Oh.
If you're
Well, Dodgers are gonna get to there in 6.
against the Mets.
Yep.
Okay.
Yankees are getting there.
In 4th, they're sweeping.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sweeping. And then I lied. The Yankees win in 7.
The flip flop. The flip flop.
I just think they have so many guys. Like, all I can name on the Dodgers really is Ohtani. Can you name anybody else?
Mookie Betts.
Mookie Betts. Forgot
Freddie
about him.
Freeman. That's 3 MVPs.
I know about Mookie though. That's our guy.
3 MVPs.
Freddie. I know Freddie.
Muncy.
Yo, the Dodgers win in 6.
Who's the other guy I was thinking of? Dude, there's Teoscar Hernandez. He was
that name I know.
Do you know Teoscar?
Yeah, I do. I see him sometimes when I go on to DraftKings.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Dial that.
But yeah, I think after you just reminded me about Mookie Betts and Freddie, I think I'm gonna go them in 6.
Okay. All right. Shit. And they got Yamamoto. Know about Yamamoto? Yamamoto's a pitcher from like Japan, and they signed him in the offseason right after they signed Ohtani.
Oh yes,
He's a
I do
phenom.
remember him. Weren't we in the running for him?
We were. We didn't get him.
I remember that.
We were also in the running for Ohtani. Imagine. Ugh. In a Sox uni.
He looks so good in a Sox shirt. I would have bought a jersey so quick.
Okay. So now, can we cover ball real quick?
Yeah.
All right. So now that we're here at the end, let's cover some basketball. We'll get more into basketball once the season starts. But I guess the first thing we should talk about is the best new look teams heading into this year. I wrote down a bunch. I forget which ones we chose that we were going to talk about.
I think you had your team, I had my team, but we had like Knicks, Wolves.
I'll tell you.
Yeah.
Wolves, Knicks, Kings, 76ers with PG. Let me just say a couple of the changes actually as I go. Wolves, Randall. Knicks, Cat. Kings, DeMar.
Wolves also got DiVincenzo.
Yeah, a couple other pieces. But I would say the big
Yeah.
Sixers, PG.
Mm-hmm.
Clippers, no PG.
Mm-hmm.
Kevin Porter Jr., new era.
I like Kevin Porter Jr. though.
Me too. Well, he beats, but it's all good.
Gotta blow off some steam.
Guy can't blow off some steam. Anyway, Spurs, CP.
Yeah.
Second year Wemby might be a huge difference. Mavericks, Klay Thompson.
Mm-hmm.
A couple other pieces like Najee Marshall, shit like that. And then Pelicans, maybe second year Derek Lively as well for the Mavs might be interesting.
Gafford's
Pelicans
still there, right?
as well. Yeah, Gafford is still there.
Yeah.
And then Pelicans, DeJounte Murray. Losing Dyson Daniels, but DeJounte Murray. And you said 76ers was the team you were interested in talking about. So let's start there. 76ers, what's up with them, you think?
Well, Joel Embiid said he's not going to play back-to-backs anymore. Pussy. But
Yeah.
think that's great for his longevity-wise. Great for just season-to-season health. And I think it's also great for that team because every year they're underwhelming when they get to the playoffs. Joel Embiid is underwhelming in the playoffs. Sometimes he's hurt. He fucking can never stay healthy through the whole season. He misses so many fucking games, dude. But I think if they can limit him, and now they bring in a guy like Paul George, that they have enough star ability to be able to clean up when he's not there, and they still got Maxey, and they got other guys around them, I think they're going to be very good. And then especially if you get a healthy Embiid, fully healthy Embiid to the playoffs with Paul George, with Maxey, I think it's going to be very scary to play against.
Hear me out.
Yeah.
Is this a better team than when they had James Harden?
Yeah.
Why?
I don't like James Harden. I'm not a James Harden guy. I even think in Houston I didn't like him much, even when he was putting up ridiculous numbers. I think he fucking I don't know. I don't like his gameplay. I don't like the way he plays. I don't like the way that he always needs the ball. Paul George, I think, is a guy that if he has the ball all the time, he'll do fine. If he doesn't have the ball all the time, he'll do fine. he does those other things. I don't see James Harden doing those other things like Paul George does. Like, he's not going to go out there and get as many rebounds as Paul George can. He's not going to be as good inside.
I got a question as well. Do you think there's any validity to saying Paul George, maybe James Harden, Embiid are inherent losers?
You could say that.
And they won't win because they're just lose?
You know what's sad is I think Luke is going to end up being one of those people too, even though he's that good.
An inherent loser.
Yeah.
Something about the way they play just doesn't result in finals championships.
Some people have that problem. That a lot of people have that problem. I think Embiid will have that problem.
What do you think that's a result of? Just like mentality, or do you think it's just?
I think it's just I feel like it's just like maybe it's their gameplay in a sense of like a 5v5 setting where like just like it took the Celtics a while to figure it out. I feel like at first our guys weren't winners. Like they had to weren't worked. Fuck. Give me a second.
Okay.
I feel like they I lost it now. Oh, I feel like they like needed time to build chemistry. They needed like also I think all of them their teams change year to year. All the teams. God damn it! I can't speak, bro. I tried.
I couldn't keep
God
it.
Damn it! I've been doing it all day too. I've been just
their teams change. I couldn't do it.
Their teams change.
All right, I'm sorry.
God damn it, man.
So they changed teams. The
Not
teams
even
themselves changed.
They also changed teams, some of them.
Yeah.
Harden's jumped around. Paul George jumped around. Mm-hmm. I just think their teams are always constantly changing around them too, so they're never building a full chemistry with people.
Which was something that was very common in the old days, hence why you could have the Celtics, the Lakers, the Pistons, the Bulls. Like these are the Rockets, the Lakers. Like up until really after the Lakers, really doesn't happen again until the Warriors. I mean the Spurs though, Warriors. These are teams that stuck together.
Yeah,
not teams that split apart.
I mean, you think like Harden, KD, and Kyrie, some of the best people we've ever seen play 100%. On the offensive side.
Potentially the three best offensive players of our generation.
Kyrie has the best handles of all time for sure.
James Harden potentially the best isolation player.
And KD's overdose.
Best overdose player of all time.
Unbelievable.
Right behind Dirk.
And the fact that they couldn't even figure it out at all. Like they weren't even close to figuring it out, I feel like. I feel like they weren't.
KD's foot wasn't on the line. They're in the finals. Him and Kyrie, not even Harden. Just saying. His foot. Remember that?
Yeah.
But I do think I'm going to take a piece of what you're saying. I'm going to kind of adjust it a little bit. Mm-hmm. I think what ends up happening is there's an opportunity that they have. Maybe it's 1 year. Maybe it's 5 years, whatever it is. But typically, for most guys, it's maybe 1 or 2 seasons where they have a shot to win the whole thing. Because that's what etches you in history, is winning the whole thing. Everything else doesn't really matter. I think you usually get 1 or 2 opportunities at it.
Yep.
And at least before you end up being a solidified guy, and then I'll get into that in a second. But when you're someone that's looking to get it, you get one opportunity. Let's just say a good example is James Harden to me. Mm-hmm. James Harden, I don't think he's an inherent loser off rip. I think he became an inherent loser. They had it. The Rockets were the second best team in basketball. They had the Warriors in the 7th game up in the 4th quarter. Or 3rd quarter, I think. And Chris Paul gets hurt. Instantly, everything goes down the tubes. Yeah. And they lose that game. I think that was Harden's shot. That was Harden's year. That was the only opportunity he was going to have to become a winner.
Yeah.
But without being a winner, he was never going to have another opportunity again. He needed to have won that to have found other opportunities down the line. And the reason I think that that's true is just because, you have guys like Jordan who transcend the game, who are so much better than everybody. They can basically manufacture opportunities. LeBron, same thing. Manufacture yourself a finals opportunity. Yeah. But Hakeem Olajuwon, who most people consider as a top 15 player of all time, had 2 years of opportunity. No Jordan in the league. Ralph Sampson's still healthy. He's in the peak of his powers. Best defense in basketball. Pretty weak Western Conference. Pretty weak East at that point. And they got there, and they did it 2 years in a row, back to back. And now Hakeem is a winner, and we see him in a beautiful light. But Then you have guys like Harden, who made it almost, didn't quite get there, and now is an inherent loser for the rest of his career. And that's just kind of how I think it is. I think you either capitalize on the opportunity. Sometimes it's taken away from you, Like Kawhi Leonard, forever etched in history.
Yeah.
He's not an inherent. We can't see him as an inherent loser because he won one.
Yeah.
And he'll always have that in his bag. Giannis, he'll always have one.
Sucks that KD has one.
He's got two.
I feel like he's such a... Well, yeah. I just feel like he's like such a loser, though.
I know.
It felt so cheap to me.
That one, see, they manufactured it, like, almost for him. Like, sometimes it can happen. Shit can happen. Yeah. But really, he didn't, like, there's a reason we see it a little tainted, Like, he didn't manufacture it. The Warriors did.
Yeah.
And then he just kind of rode the coattails. Still had to win it. They did lose one with him. Yeah. Injuries. But, yeah, that's just what it is, I think. I think you more become an inherent loser than you are one.
Yeah.
I'd like to think so. Shit.
I like to think so.
So what do you think? What was the other team? The Wolves.
Yeah.
We'll end with the Wolves.
Yeah.
So the Sixers, yeah. Good team, but I think that they're at this point inherent losers.
I can't think so. Especially Maxey, he's not a loser, and I think he's great. And I think he's gonna, dude. I'm not saying he's a valuable piece to where he's a superstar, but dude's like
you have to beat the
damn
Celtics.
Near all-star caliber talent.
You have to beat the Celtics,
which I don't think that's the only thing I feel like they won't. The Knicks though, I don't like the Knicks this year. As much as they have.
That's a whole other conversation.
I don't like them. I don't think they're gonna work.
Speaking of that trade though, we're gonna look at the other side of the trade. I think there's a lot that's been made to the Karl Anthony Towns side. I'm more interested, me being a basketball fan of the X's and O's. Like, I'm an X's and O's guy. I like to know what the schemes are. I like to know what we're doing game plan wise for our teams. I'm very interested to see what the fuck they're gonna do with Julius Randle out there. Because what do you do? What do you do as a coach? Like, just imagine your basketball team in the modern NBA, where spacing is everything, 3-pointers are everything, and if you're not shooting fucking 43s, you're basically not even playing. You're not even being competitive. When you have Julius Randle, Anthony Edwards, who has worked in the jump shot, but still, like, no one's going to sit here and say he's a catch and shoot, knockdown. No one's going to sit here and say that. But Julius Randle, Anthony Edwards, McDaniels, and Gobert out there.
Kyle Anderson.
Slow-mo even there anymore?
I think so.
Sure. He might be on the Warriors. Look that up.
Because that's actually
it's a key piece. KCP?
KCP's Kyle Anderson. He's on the Warriors.
So I'm gross. Anyway, DiVincenzo even out
when
there.
When did he go to the Warriors?
Offseason.
Yeah, thanks. I don't.
What do you
like
want?
like
May.
when though?
Like now what? Like July.
All right, for
August.
what? Like what was it?
A small contract.
Okay.
Maybe 1 or 2 year deal.
I didn't even see it.
Yeah, he's fucking ass. He's slow-mo. Who gives a fuck?
I think he's okay.
He takes
He's
forever.
a good 7 man.
He's okay. He'll be better on the Warriors than he was for the Wolves. He was decent for the Wolves though. He's not bad. I'm shitting on him for no reason. But let's just say DiVincenzo. So DiVincenzo, fucking McDaniels, Gobert, and Randall. Yeah, like you could plan to not play them at the same time, but if those are your 5 best guys, and they should probably be fucking sharing the floor at some point, hopefully down the stretch. What the fuck do you do? What do you do with those guys? Who's setting the screen? Who's sitting corner? You sit DiVincenzo and McDaniels corner and pray that they can fucking hit threes. I don't think they can. And then where do you put Gobert on the block? And then you have Randall and Anthony Edwards just going around the screen, hook passing to the other one, going around their screen, hook passing it, going back and forth. I don't understand what you do. What's the offense? Do you do horns? What are we going to do? Put Gobert at the fucking high block? With the high post on high block? The high post? What's he going to do out there? If I'm a center, I sit in the paint and I'm just like... Eh. So Gobert needs to be by the basket to be anything effective. So to me, you ready for this? To me, what this means is Gobert's got to go. Or he becomes like a 15-minute-a-game guy. Dead serious.
Do you think if they kept Cat, got rid of Gobert, and bringed in Randall, it would have been a lot brought in Randall? Fuck me, bringed in Randall? Who says bringed in Randall?
I don't know, bro. Anyway.
Do you think if they brought in Randall and kept Cat instead, that would have been better for them?
I mean, yeah, but that's the equivalent of saying, like, okay, well, the Celtics, like, let's just say the Celtics trade Jaylen Brown for Luka Doncic. Being like, yeah, but do you think it'd be better if we traded Jordan Walsh for Luka Doncic instead?
No, I'm not saying like
it's
that.
Like, dude,
I'm saying like
it'd be better.
As a hypothetical thing, like I'm saying like
100%
game scheme wise, by how they play.
No question.
Yeah.
I don't even think it's even a half of a thought. Even Gobert's not ass. I like Gobert as a defensive player. I like Gobert. Me. This guy. Me. Me likes Gobert. But not with a bunch of fucking non-shooters. Like, you don't want... Listen, I like Anthony Edwards as a shooter. I think he's a decent shooter. He can hit shots for you, especially in big moments. I think he'll learn to do that as time comes. Kind of like Kobe. Because he'll take enough of them. Trust. But... if he's not attacking the basket primarily, he becomes worse. You want him attacking the basket and slowly working his way out, starting in the paint, getting the midi open, and then getting the three available. You need to start with the pressure on the basket. Fuck. You need to start with the pressure on the basket. And then you can work your way out to mid-range to the three-pointer. And if Gobert's fucking clogging the whole bitch up, and if it's not Gobert, it's going to be fucking Julius Randle ball. Get the fuck out of here. What do you do with that? So, I don't know what they're... But so that's why it's interesting to me. I know it sounds like I'm angry. I think it's never going to work. I like the coach. So I'm interested to see what he does. I'm interested.
I think it works.
You think it works?
I think it'll work.
Wow.
I think it'll work.
How?
I just do.
Just pressure? They're just going to continuously pound the rim?
I think they're going to be gross on defense.
Julius Randle.
And I think... No, listen to me.
Not as good a
Will you
defender
hold on to me? Wait.
as Cat.
Wait. I think he's got more switchability than Cat.
Oh, no.
Yes.
Cat worked tirelessly to become a better defender.
Worked tirelessly.
He worked tirelessly.
Hey, now Julius Randle's working tirelessly to become a better shooter.
Julius Randle has had a long career of doing nothing to work harder to get himself better. He got a little bit, but he wasn't a most improved player. Whatever, maybe. I don't even know if he fully did, but he had a great couple seasons where he could score the ball, but guess what? He's got no left hand, and he refuses to move his fucking feet.
Maybe he's changed.
I think the coach might be able to get a little more out of him. I think Thibodeau might have pushed him a little too hard. He was willing to do it like minutes wise, and like he'll shoot enough shots for sure. But I think when it came to like trying to get him to be a better defender,
You think they make Julius Randle like a 25-minute per game man and bring Nas in a lot more?
I mean, dude, I fucking hope so. You need to play Nas. Nas next to Julius Randle's not bad.
Yeah.
Better than having Gobert next to him. So if you played...
I think if they do it right, it'll work.
It just sucks because it's like, all right, so Gobert's not going to be at the end of the game or Julius Randle. There's no way. I'm interested to see it again. I'm interested to see how they figure it out.
Mm-hmm.
But it'd be really... I know, the plans are crazy, man. They go right over all day, every day. I don't even realize it.
I don't either anymore. That was the first time I did in a while. I feel like it's been happening a lot.
But yeah, man, Wolves are going to be... That's why I'm interested. I want to see how the coach can figure it out. And then, yeah, the Sixers are probably a close second, though. But I like the Harden fit more for them. Because Harden brings the best out of Embiid. Their pick and roll was the most efficient in basketball for the time. And pick and roll runs the league, And also Harden can score in isolation, which usually is good in the playoffs.
I might just be like, I love Paul George. No, I'm anti-Harden, and I love Paul George, so it's really a double.
I think I'm done with Paul George. I think everyone loves Paul George. I'm just fucking, I'm fed. I'm fed up with this fucking facade of a great two-way player that once was.
He is a great two-way player.
Facade. It's all a facade. It's all a facade. How great can he fucking possibly be? How great could he be? They don't do anything. He's never done anything after his injury. It just hasn't. I mean, yeah, like fucking yeah. Okay, I'm gonna get slammed because he had like that MVP season on the Thunder. For what? Nothing. It's
What
all
about Embiid?
I feel like
you
every
think
time it's
Embiid's good?
like yeah, but it's like for what? For what? I hate seeing like
Well, you
these
think
guys.
you think Luka's good?
For what? They have huge holes in their game, one way or another. All these guys.
Luka has a huge hole.
Yeah.
Defensively.
Yeah, he just looks at him. He's playing like
that blow by percentage was crazy.
Bro, he's ass on defense, and he won't give up the ball enough. I think he won't to be better and improve, and he won't work hard enough, or potentially. I don't know. He doesn't look like he's in fucking pristine shape. I just don't see it. Like Jokic makes it work. He still has an incredible defensive rating.
Yeah.
So, but you're a fucking point guard. Like, you might need to slim down, pal.
He looks a lot more slim, I will say.
He always does. And then the season starts and he's like, oh, and then we're like, why is he big again? But
he's in the weight room.
I mean, he loves using the body, but it's like then you don't use the body as much on the defensive end. Like, you're so tired. He's so tired. But, yeah, I don't know. I think these guys, some of them just have, like, some glaring holes in their game. I'm having a hard time saying what Paul George's glaring hole is, but that's what kind of fucking bothers me. It's like, all right, so if you're this gross, if you're this gross, some people say, I think there's young kids out there that think he's the greatest player of all time. Like, I've seen that. They're like, yeah, he can handle, he can do, what can he do? Win? I don't know. Win ball games? Win you a ball game? It's just like fucking feels like he's useless. Like he's out. It's like Kevin Durant feels like that sometimes too. I'm just like, are you even doing anything? How the fuck do you
I do feel like that about KD.
Like, you have 30 points, 10 rebounds, 6 assists, you're 11 for 14. We're down 30. You know what I mean?
Well, maybe that's just because, like, the other guys ain't putting up good numbers. You can only do so much.
Yeah, I mean, maybe that's it, shit. That's probably it. I'm probably overreacting, but doesn't it feel like that sometimes?
It does.
Like, I'm watching KD shoot 85% from the field, have a historic night. Yeah, he just broke the Suns' record for threes in a game.
Maybe he's got to shoot more.
They're down 20. What the fuck?
Yeah.
Devin Booker, honestly, he's feeling like that less now. I don't know what that's about.
I hate him.
Me too.
I know you hate him.
Yeah.
For probably different reasons than I do. I don't like.
He's growing on me.
I just don't like the way. I don't like
Talent-wise.
him. I don't like him.
He's really talented.
I don't like anything about him.
Yeah, he is. He's just got a puss on his face. That's how I describe it.
Put up 70 and lose.
Like, dude, that's what I'm talking about.
For what?
It's like, for fucking what? What are you doing? It's like, there must be just like, it must just be like key moment lapses in like ability. I don't know, man. All right, well, that's the end of my Paul George and shit rant. So, anyway, yeah, actually, we should probably close this up. Thank you for tuning in. If you made it this far to this, Jesus Christ, to episode 1, I guess, of the sports show. Name pending. I'll figure that out. Yeah, hopefully this turns out good. I'm gonna make a bunch of clips out of it. Should be fun. Try to do this next week. Hopefully I see you all there.
The slam is unbelievable.
Figgy, thanks for coming on. How sweaty was your hand? God
damn
it.
A little bit.
Damn it.
Well, I was holding like this for a while.
Oh my God.
I was holding like this for a while. Should we redo the outro?
God.
Hold on.
God damn it.
You know what? Like you're playing Xbox for it.
It did push it away.
No.
God damn. God damn it. Shit, man.
You know when you're playing Xbox for a while and like
your hands get
you're holding on to the controller for so long that like you just like sweat shit happens.
You were like so reluctant to shake my hand. And I was like, what could that be about? Grease. Felt like a fucking juicy Big Mac.
Chicken Big Mac's out now.
Okay.
Holy
all
shit.
Right,
okay. Fucking Christ.
So, thanks for watching. All right, signing out. Thank you very much.
Oh, thank you for having me on.
Is your hand fucking fine now? All right. Peace out.